Hey golfers, I want you to imagine yourself having the best lesson you could possibly have, and then when you come to the range, you're so motivated to work, but you're not sure what to work on. You've already done your technical work, and then after that you're like, how do I practice this? How do I make this stick? In today's video, I'm going to show you a 4-step process that I personally use and I give to my students of how to practice better after a lesson. Hey, I'm Justin Riker. I'm the PGA head golf professional here at Magnolia Greens in Leland, North Carolina. In today's video, I'm going to show you that 4-step process to practice more efficiently so you can stay more consistent and have that competitive edge over your playing partners. If you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. Hey golfers, thank you for choosing to watch this video. If you do me a huge favor, and please make sure that you subscribe, like this video, comment, and then share it with a friend. That's the only way we're going to be able to continue to grow this channel where I provide videos just like this for golfers just like you. Looking at analytics, I only have 95% of you viewers that are actually not subscribers. So in order to continue to grow this channel, I need you to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. If you're ready, let's go ahead and get started with step number 1. Alrighty golfers, for step number 1, we need to look at what is your goal or what are you trying to fix. And what do I mean by that? Are you trying to eliminate 3 putts? Are you trying to hit more fairways? Are you trying to hit more greens? Or are you just trying to get better at golf in entirety, but you need to be having a specific goal of what do you need to improve? Look, I understand most golfers don't know where to improve. They think, oh, I need to hit the ball further, I need to chip the ball better, I need to putt better. Yes, you need to do all sorts of those things. But what golfers nowadays are missing out on is the opportunity to have stats as their friend. And you need to use those to be able to create a plan. Now, if you are able to get to the range 3 days a week where you can work on a full swing scenario, a short game scenario, and then maybe the 3rd day you're doing some on-course simulation, that is great. What I use with my students is an app called Clipped. Using the Clipped app has not only helped myself, but it also helps my students become better golfers and actually is able to plan out their week as far as practicing goes. Now, I'm going to start showing you what I need to work on and we'll go from there. So according to my Clipped app, all right, I have couple different areas that are about the same percentages, and I have one that's an outlier, as in I suffer the most as far as I need to work on this specific area, and that's approach to green. And I've known that for years. I really don't hit the ball that far, but I have struggled with hitting greens, okay? And it's not so much hitting greens as far as left or right, but it is too far, too short, okay? So what we're going to do today for step number 1 is just go through what do we need to work on. And step number 2, we will continue the process of how do we plan our practice sessions going forward. Alrighty folks, for step number 2, we're going to look at how do we break down our practice sessions. Now, should they be split up equally? 100%. So first you need to look at roughly short game. So we're going to call that 40% short game, 40% full swing, and then the last 20% would be some sort of range simulation or actually on-course practice if your course allows it. All right, so now when it comes to the full swing portion of practicing, okay, usually most people start with that, and that's fine. You need to look at, do you need to hit more drives in the fairway? Do you need to work off the tee as far as maybe hitting a hybrid or fairway wood? Or do you need to work on iron play? Like I said in step 1, I need to work on iron play, all right? And the great thing about Clipped, all right, is there is a bunch of different drills that you can do. And the one that I have chosen is how to hit approach shots randomly selected by the app from 140 to 180 yards. And it gives me a grade. And then we plug that back into the app, and that actually starts to show you how I progress through. So that's what we're going to do next. I'm going to hit a few shots randomly generated from the Clipped app, all right, and I'm going to see how close I can get to them, and I'll put the results on the screen. Alrighty, so for my first play, as far as on the app for working on my approach play from 140 to 180 yards, we're looking at about 150 yards. For me, I know that's somewhere around my 8 iron. The last couple of years have not been that. because I played some game improvement type irons, I struggled with distance control. So I feel like that's why Clipped has kind of said, hey Justin, we need to work on this area, because it's very inconsistent. And through testing, I've found for me as a professional golfer, I need a little bit less of a game improvement and more player type iron. All right, so now I'm going to hit a couple shots with the random generator through Clipped, and let's see how close I can get. So first shot's going to be 150 yards. All right, so now we've hit that 150 yard shot. Now we're going to move on to about 165 yards. Now that is going to be somewhere close to my 7 iron. So we're going to see how close we can get to that on a well-struck shot. All right. Alrighty folks, there you have it. Random numbers generated from 140 to 180 yards. I did okay, need to continue to work on it as a head golf professional. I struggle to find time with practicing, but Clipped actually helps me be able to continue to kind of keep a regimen. Now, for step number 3, we're going to continue this journey of how do we set up our practice week based on our availability. Alright folks, for step number 3, we're going to talk about how do you plan your week out when it comes to your practice sessions. Now, I want you to think of planning your practice sessions out just like you would if you go to the gym. Alright, now I don't go to the gym. I need to, but I don't. Alright, so the practice plans that I make for my students are very specific. Alright, so on Mondays, I do wedge work and putting. Wednesdays, I typically do a full swing workout, so meaning I work through the whole bag, working on my full swing. All right, on the third day I do a simulated range work for the golf course, meaning when I go out on the range, I go through my normal practice routine and warming up, getting loose, and then I actually play the golf course in my mind out here on the range. Then on Saturday or Sunday, depending on how my work week is going, I will go out on the golf course and at least play 9 holes and take what I've worked on through those other 3 days, and hopefully in that 9-hole round of golf, or even 18, I've done something to improve one of those aspects. But I make sure that I add every single practice and round into the Clipped data, because what it does is it spits back the next time you go and practice, or the next time you go and play, hey, we need to be looking at this to working on. All right, so stick around for part number 4. Alrighty golfers, for step number 4, you're not going to need a golf ball, a golf club, anything like that. You will need either a phone with a calendar, your planner, something to that sort where you can write or type something in. And then what I want you to do is I want you to give your next week a look of, hey, when do I have to work? When can I squeeze in some practice? And then when can I play golf? Now, granted, yes, you may have a family, you may have other commitments, but if you want to improve your golf game, you have to show commitment in practicing. It's the only way you're going to get any better, and it's not just by freewheeling it. You need to have structure. It's, like I said before, it's just like working out. Structure is going to help you build a better golf game, and Clipped and myself are going to be able to help you do that. Alrighty folks, there you have it. 4 steps to help you practice better after a lesson and after you've done your technical work in your warm-up or practice routines. If you'd like to come see me here at Magnolia Greens, I'll leave that down in the description below. And if you can't come see me at Magnolia Greens, I'll leave down in the description below a link to my Skillist app where you can get some online coaching help from me. I'll also leave down below a link to my Clipped team. If you would like to learn more about Clipped and join my team, where I can then start to help you and coach you along becoming a better, more consistent player, I'll leave that down in the description below as well for you. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.